Yo, welcome back to a special edition of the Jay Rooney Show. I wanted to do a special edition today because I got a little annoyed the last couple days. Rumor has it Hillary Clinton's team hacked Trump's team, and um, without getting into all the details about that, go look into that yourself. I just wanted to rant for a few seconds about the fact that we have two heavyweights in Trump and Hillary getting ready to spar again and ultimately getting ready to do battle in 2024. And I just wanted to say that I really don't want either of them in 2024. I don't like either of them. I think they're both too captivating, for a lack of a better word. I think they're too inflammatory. I think uh, they get their bases way too fired up. I think, whether it's a hardcore Hillary supporter or a hardcore Trump supporter, you can't talk to either of them. There's no rational thinking. As soon as you disagree, they just get super fired up. They start calling you names, and that's kind of how my problem with politics began, was with name calling. A quick story: a best friend of mine who I haven't spoke to in years, not for any particular reason. We just kind of, grew apart as life moved on. I moved away, and we just grew apart. But he was a hardcore Democrat and was very progressive, liberal this, liberal that, for wrong or right. And I'll admit he admitted when Democrats were wrong in the issues within the party, but he was loyal to them to a fault. And the things that always jumped out to me about him, and I hate to call him out, but he ultimately was kind of a representation of the Democratic Party, um, in terms of how they view the world and treat people. And I just got frankly sick of the way Democrats treated people, and that was how my problem with Democrats ultimately formed. And we were at a movie once. We went to see one of the Avenger movies, and we're sitting in the bar area having a drink, and this family walks in. They're clearly from a rural community. They were stereotypically dressed in jean shorts with a big brown belt buckle and t-shirt tucked in, big beer bellies hanging out, and they had their work boots on still, with the high work socks on. Complete farmer type stereotypical Wisconsin look. And my friend just went off on them. Those damn conservatives. Oh, they're bad this, bad that, and man, that really pissed me off. And the thing is, I wish I would have said something to him. I never said anything, and that was almost 10 years ago. It's been a long time, and it's stuck with me ever since then. So, when I see this, man, and I see the fact that we have this coming up in 2024, our country is nowhere near recovering in terms of working on relationships and this culture war, and kind of fanning the flames, so to speak, with the tensions amongst classes and now apparently tiers. If you've been paying really close attention to the news, every American is now essentially put into one of, I believe, two or three tiers, depending on not just socioeconomic statuses, but they're also looking at like your overall social credit score. And I've tried to bring that up with a lot of people, and they're like, "There's no such thing as a social credit score." But if that's true, then why are all these companies going woke? Why are all these companies claiming that they support certain organizations, even though these organizations are really bad? They've just taken the culture by storm. Why do they support certain programs even though they contradict themselves? Well, it's to protect themselves from the woke culture, and it's to get that social credit to look like you're actually a good company and you're doing the right things. But all it is virtual signaling. So, there's going to be a lot of arguments coming up here in the next couple years, I'm sure, over Trump and Hillary. And it just pisses me off that I just have a feeling that that's what we're going to be stuck with, especially knowing that we have candidates like Tulsi Gabbard out there. If you have not looked into Tulsi Gabbard, what the hell is wrong with you? And why wouldn't you want a candidate like that and a president like that? She's a warrior. She's incredibly smart and articulate, and she's incredibly intelligent and well researched. Have you ever seen anyone go at her? She always gets the last word. She's always the best. I've never seen anybody take advantage of her. She is so strong. She's also considered a woman of color. I mean, everything this country has ever wanted is right within her. I don't understand why we don't give her more attention. And people like Hillary Clinton, they go and say that she's working for Russia and she's a Russian spy, and then the mainstream media goes and runs with that, and now everybody, it completely taints her. Google pushes her website down and makes it incredibly hard to find, and I mean, it's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. The fact that she, didn't get a legit shot, when she ran for president actually pisses me off. And then another thing that this kind of reminded me of is Andrew Yang and his Forward Party. And I was all for that. I'm all for getting a third party and a fourth and a fifth and multiple parties going. I think it should really come down to who is the best person for our country. My voting rules have always been who's the best for me, who's the best for my family, who's the best for the country. And uh, which actually will make 2024 an easy vote for me if I go by that logic. I mean, it's pretty obvious who I'll vote for, but um, why can't we get more candidates? Why don't we have more parties? And it just really pissed me off the other day when Andrew Yang apologized to the woke culture for standing up for Joe Rogan. And he did nothing wrong. And, well, the only thing he did wrong was apologize. And now he looks weak and pathetic. And I feel like it completely devalued his position with the Forward Party. So I just would say, not that anyone actually listens to me. I think I only had one view yesterday. So please check me out, guys. Please keep watching me. I really need your support right now. But anyways, I was pretty disappointed in that. So I don't really have any hope for a legit good independent third party or any other type of non-Democrat or Republican candidate in the 2024 election. We still have another election before that, the 2022 midterms. So I don't believe polls or trust polls. Right now, everything's pointing to red. And I think that would ultimately be a good thing. And we'll see what happens if it goes red. We'll see if we start treating Biden the way the Democrats treated Trump. As far as impeachment, they definitely created a lot of precedent for the Republican party to go after Biden for impeachment. I mean, the guy is way over the hill. He's clearly not mentally fit. I'm really confused why he even wanted to become our president anyways. Was he trying to cover up his under the table dealings with Ukraine and China and all the other things he's linked to, things with Hunter Biden? Was there a reason that he wanted to be president? I can't, did he always want to be president? Did the Democratic Party talk him into becoming president? Why does a guy that old, who clearly has something like dementia or something going on, want to spend the twilight of his life working in such a high stress job? It makes no sense to me. So yeah, that's my rant. I really don't want to have Hillary Clinton in 2024. Let's start speaking out about people we like. Everyone should get on Twitter and start following Hilary Gabbard. If you're not familiar, like I said, look into her. She's awesome. I am familiar that or aware that she's been going around and doing a lot of Fox shows. She's done The View before. I've never watched The View. I hate what I've heard about that show, so I refuse to watch it. And I heard they tried giving her a lot of shit, and she handled it really well. And the only reason she goes on Fox, I'm pretty sure, is because MSNBC and the CNNs of the world would never have her on there because she is so strong, and she will speak her voice, and she will not just go along with the narrative. We need candidates like her. We need to support people like her. She's the only one I've ever donated money to, the only political person, the only campaign. So we'll see. We'll see if anybody steps up here in 2024. If I was you, I would back off the whole Trump or Hillary train, whichever one you're on, and just try to be objective for the next 2 years. Look into some other candidates and encourage others to do so. I'm definitely going to be encouraging anybody who follows me to look into other candidates outside of those two parties for the next 2 years and just kind of play my role in that part. So rant is over. It is a busy day, like I said this morning. If you missed my show, check it out. Tomorrow I got a really cool episode coming for you. I'm going to do an episode on the book of Revelations from the Bible, Kali Yuga, dating and relationships, and all those things in tomorrow's episode are going to all tie in together. So it's going to be a cool episode. So, I don't mean to get anybody down and get them all worked up like I am, but, it's ridiculous that this is the best our country has to offer. It's ridiculous that these establishments can't dig up anybody better. They can't get on board with like a Tulsi Gabbard. So this is what we have. Remember, go out in the day, calm, be courageous, strength and honor. Have a good day, everyone.